Hello everyone. Am I audible, guys? Hey, hey Shweta. Hi Arkady. So I guess students are still joining. So yeah, good evening everyone. So we'll just wait for like 2 more minutes for other students to join. Arkady, programmer, I guess you have solved yesterday's questions, right? So just give me. Great. Thank you for that confirmation. Okay, so let's start with our agenda for the day, right? So I'll just share my screen. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible. Okay, and let's go to the agenda, right? So yesterday we have covered till variables, right? We have covered till variables, and what all thing is remaining to do is okay. So what all things are remaining to do from yesterday's agenda is interactive pop-ups and alert check boxes, and operators. What all operators are there in JavaScript languages, and next we'll see what are special characters and escape characters in JavaScript. And if time permits, we'll also go and see about decision making in JavaScript, basically the if and else block, not till else if block. And I'll show you a alternate way or a faster way to do that with something called as conditional operator. Okay, so yeah, so as always, let's open up our editor, VS Code. Right, and this is basically yesterday's code, so I'm just going to continue in that. Okay, so we were on operators. Okay, so okay, and also let's open up this in our console. So okay, copy path. I need a new window. Just open this, right click, inspect element, inspect. Let's move this to the right side and go to here, and let's do this. Okay, so right now we are all set up to start with our learning, right? So I guess everyone has like gone through whatever we have learned yesterday, right? Anyone who is joining today's session for the first time? Anyone joining today's session for the first time? Okay, hi Arshita. Attendance link Varuna will provide. Okay, so we have our moderator here, so she'll provide. So I'll just go through quickly. Video is not clear, just try increasing the quality of your YouTube. I guess that is the issue because yes, just go into options and go to 720p. So before we go ahead, let's revise in 5 minutes what we have done yesterday, right? So yesterday we started off with what is JavaScript and its whole history, and then we move on to how to do the basic commands, like the basic line which you do, basic command which you basically do in every programming language, that is printing a statement, right? So console.log, as we did. And then we moved on to what is variables, what does var mean, and what is let and const. And I had given you a homework there, difference between let and var. And then we moved on to what is constant and data types. Okay, so we looked at data types, and we looked at what is object and nan is not a data type. It's kind of a variation of number, kind of an error which you get when you divide something with a number which is not a number. Okay, yeah, Rohit, just put the question in the chat. I'll take it up. And then we move on to string and the various ways of writing string, and we learn template literals and other data types and the type of operator. And then other question, why are null array printed as object type in console? Okay, so I'll give you one answer out of like the other, like two, like about null and array. I'll give you what why null is printed as object. Okay, in JavaScript. I'm still getting this error. Guys, can you just confirm me if my video is clear or not? Is my video clear, guys? We'll just wait for a confirmation before we begin. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll give you answer of this one part of the homework for yesterday. Why is null printed as an object when you do type of? Okay, so it is kind of a error of the type of function, nothing to do with null. Okay, it was just kept there for the compatibility purpose and not removed till yet. It is a wrong thing which happens with type of when you use it with the null operator. Okay, zoom the screen a bit. Okay, now I guess it should be visible. Which part, the left part of the screen or the right part? Okay, so let's go ahead. What all operators do we have? Okay, so I'll just and this is the basically the way of writing comments. Okay, you can just select something and just do this, like basically what I did here. Okay, just let me write comments in JS. Okay, mm, the way to like shortcut to do a comment is ctrl plus slash. Okay, forward slash. That's how you like comment of something, and or else you can just do is like put two forward slashes. Okay, so if I want to comment this three or four lines, I can just select them and do control slash, and it will comment. Now let's move on to operators. What all operators do we have? Yes, Sandeepan, it's kind of a bug. Okay, so the first thing which we'll see is kind of mathematical operators. Okay, so mathematical operators. Second, we will see are logical operators. Okay, and third, we will also see some extra operators, like you can say whatever extra operators we have. Okay, whatever I can think of right now which I have used, I'll just teach you those extra. I'll just write it extra. Okay, so now let's start with the mathematical operators. Okay, so in mathematical operators, I guess you must all have already used this in any other programming language which you have, right? So you have addition, that is plus. Okay, addition is denoted with plus. I'm just writing for the people who are just learning programming for the first time so that they are kind of informed. Okay, ternary. Yes, ternary operator will cover at the very end. If I'll just keep it there. I want to basically teach ternary at when we basically use if and else. Okay, so I've kept it for that section. Addition, you have fraction. You can just put all the operators which you know. Okay, just put all the operations which you guys know. Okay, just application. You have exponent, and you have something called as modulus. Okay, anything apart from this, guys? Anything apart from this? Anything apart from this? Unary and binary operators, I don't want to go in deep in this section. It's basically I'll use it when like, oh yeah, one more thing we'll learn about this after that is I'll just quickly teach you about if time permits, right? After this session today, we'll learn about type conversions, and in that I'll take the unary operators. Attendance form is already pinned to the chat. Okay, so yeah, so let's move on. Very basic things. I'll just uh, start off. So let's declare variables. Let num1 equal to 3. Let num2 equal to 10. Okay, so we are going to basically play around with this numbers because there is nothing like complex in this mathematical operations we have already done. So I'm just going to quickly teach you how it happens. So I'll just declare an other variable. Let result equal to To do addition, it's basically just type the variables num1 plus num2. That's it. Okay, no rocket science in this. You guys already know this. I'm just going to put all the variations. Okay, so I should basically this s3. Okay, screen size. I guess it should be visible. Okay, let me zoom. Okay, now is it visible? This is too hard to type for me. Just tell me if this is visible now. Okay, so yeah, so let's put other numbers. This is subtraction, this is multiplication, this is division, this is exponent, and this is modulus. Okay, now let's run this. Oh shit. So the result variable has already been declared somewhere. So let me just find it. I have done this. Oh, okay. Mistake. Yeah, so you should not, basically, this is my mistake. You should not declare the variable again if you have already declared. This is something which let doesn't allow. If you do this with var, it will allow to redeclare a variable, but let won't allow you to redeclare the same variable again. Okay, so I basically need to remove these declarations. Okay, and now our code should work fine. Okay, now let's see the results. Okay, now let's see the results. Okay, from here, yeah, so it's like 10 plus 3 13, 10 minus 3 7, multiplication is 30. Okay, division is 3.33, and exponents is 1000. And now the only thing about modulus is basically it gives back the remainder. Okay, like in your division, right, if you divide a number by another number, whatever the remainder is, it gives you back. Like we have done 10 divided by 3. Okay, and 1 is the remainder, so that's why it is coming here. Okay, so now this is all about basically operators, mathematical operators, nothing rocket science. Now what if you are working on multiple operators in a single thing, right? Let's suppose I have let mm, let p equal to, so just give me the answer of this whatever I'm going to type. I need you all guys. Okay, I'll okay, so this is basically exponents. Okay, so if you do something right, if you do something like 2 uh, double 2 into exponent of 3, that is basically when you write like 2 cube, that's basically 2 cube. Okay, this is basically 2 square, so the power of, it's to the power of. Okay, there is 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 2, that's basically it. Okay, so is it clear? Is it clear, guys? What is this exponent? Those who had doubts, just give me a confirmation. Okay, great. So I'll just remove this. So now let's work on a question. I want you all guys to give me the answer. 2 into 3 plus 5 divided by 2. Okay, let's remove this from 2 plus 3 into 5 divided by 2 exponent of 2. Okay, so what will be the result of this? I'll just console log p. What will be the result of this, guys? Can you guys tell me what will be the result of this? 2 plus 3 into 5 divided by 2 raised to the power of 2. Okay, we have one answer 5. I need a few answers before we go ahead. So we have one answer 5. Come on, guys, not a hard question. Okay, this is basically I want to teach you the preference which each operator gets. okay, in the calculation if you are doing multiple operations in a single line. So we have just one answer from Nikhil. I need more answers, guys. 5.57. Okay, we have an answer in decimal. Any other guesses? I've just written this random numbers. Okay, I've not like deliberately written some numbers, so answer can be anything. I even don't know the answer. So, but yeah, I'll tell you 5.75. Okay, that's close. Okay, so just 10 more seconds for those who are calculating. Just 10 more seconds. Just put down your answers, and I'll reload. I have to see if it matches any of. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of answers. 5.75, 5.75 is the major answer. Okay, let's reload and see what answer do we get. Okay, so answer is 5.75. Okay, okay, we have 20. So why it was 5.75 is, if I have to mention, right, it follows the rule. Like if in mathematics, right, in mathematics you guys must have learned something called as board mass. Okay, you must have learned something called as board mass. That is basically a bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, right? In JavaScript, the preference which a number or the calculation gets is basically denoted with the abbreviation of PEMDAS. Okay, it's like parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition and subtraction. Okay, so always remember this. I'll just put it here. So what is the preference which a number gets first is parentheses, then you have exponent, okay, then you have multiplication, then you have division, then you have addition, then you have subtraction. Okay, so I guess now, okay, let me just check my chat went off. Okay, now I guess now it's clear. Himanshu, nothing we have done. It's like I have given this problem statement. What was the answer of this? And in mathematics, which you follow board mass, right? In JavaScript, you have something called as PEMDA. So bracket and parenthesis is kind of same. Okay, so you can just, but in here it is the difference. Okay, it's like exponent, multiplication, division, addition and subtraction. Okay, so I guess now it's clear why this answer was there, and that's basically it for the basics of your mathematical operators. Okay, so it's clear. Great, thank you. Okay, so now we will move on to the logical operators. Okay, and or relational operators are there greater than. Yeah, I missed out. I guess someone did mention it. I must have overlooked it. Let me just put. So our third will be relational operators today. Thank you for like whoever had mentioned. Okay, so now let's move ahead onto the relational operators. So in the relational operators, you have basically and or. So what all relational operators you have? And, or, and negation. We have one more thing, that is negation. Okay, so relational operator. Okay, now in that firstly we'll so what are relational operator do we have? We have and, which is denoted as, what is the denotation of and? What is the symbol of like writing and in JavaScript? Okay, I'll just write all the things, and those who already know JavaScript can just give the answers and, or, and not. Okay, so is it a single symbol or like a double, single, double, single? What is it? Double, double, double. Okay, so this is it. Okay. So you can see it is already giving me suggestions. Okay, for OR we have this pipe symbol. It is available above your enter key. Just shift and pipe. And for negation we have an exclamation mark. Okay, for negation we have an exclamation mark. Right? So those are logical operators. So now what you must have studied something in mathematics, right? You just compare the truth and false values. Okay, so it's basically simple. In AND, both values have to be true if something has to be true. Okay, in OR it's basically either, like you can say, at least one value has to be true. Okay, and in this, in NOT, it's basically the opposite of whatever you do. Like it just turns it opposite. Like if you have a result test true, it makes it false. Okay, so that's about it. And ternary I'll cover in the if else block. I have just kept it for there for a reason. Okay, and yeah, assignment you have. So basically you have this is assignment operator. Okay, just you're equal to, and you have to just check. If I have to just check, if you have to check equality, I'm just writing here below. Okay, if you have to check equality, you can use double equals to. Single equal to is assignment. I'll just write here. Assignment is basically is that you assign a particular value to that variable. Okay, that's your single equal to symbol. Double equal to is to check equality. Okay, equality, and there's something to be added. What it is, it does not check type of data, type of variable. Let's give it a variable. It does not check uh, the type of the variable. That's basically equal to, it will just check the value. Yes, we have left and right shift operators, but that I'm not going to cover as we are going to just learn basics. For all that detailed JavaScript, we have a altogether separate program. Okay, we have a in detail advanced JavaScript program. Okay, which I'll be speaking of at the end of the session. So all those people who are looking to become JavaScript developers and get placed into the market with a good package and learn technologies of like JavaScript frameworks, just stay till the end. We have at LetsUpgrade something for you guys. Okay, and like if you want to check type also along with the value, you have strict equality. Strict equality. So okay, Varuna, if you can just mention the link of our PGP in web dev. Okay, the web dev, not data science. Just put in the web dev link. So yeah, so strict equality you have triple equal to. So now you can see the difference. Why it is coming like this, top stacked on each other. That's basically due to my editor. Okay, I guess I don't know why your screen is not visible to you guys. Let me see if it is the same for me. No, it's perfectly working fine. Yeah, so now I have just taught you about you can say what all types of operators are here. Now we are going to see those with examples. Okay, let's see with examples. Okay, let's see with examples. So any doubts still here, guys? Any doubts still here? Screen is visible. Yeah, assignment and everything I have kept for extra. I'll just cover those at the very end. Okay, after the sessions. Any doubts still now? Yes. Basically type and value checking. Okay, assignment we have been using till now. Like everywhere where we are like assigning the values, we are just using this. Okay, so let's take two values. Let the easiest way. Okay, we don't want to convert it into true and false based on some calculation that we'll do in our logical operators. So let's take one boolean value that is true Okay, and we'll take let false. I'm trying to keep examples as easy for you guys. Okay, so now if I do the AND operator, what is going to be the, you can say, the result of this? Let's go like backwards. Okay, so for that, let's do, again we have let d1 equal to, let's take d is equal to some blank string. Let's take e we have used, f is equal to, let's take it as 0. Okay, so if I do, I could not find the file for the yesterday's session. Where will it get uploaded? It's in the community, guys. Console.log. Let's try to do this. Can you just tell me why it is coming true? I did what I basically did was I just compared this. If 0 was equal to string, it gave me true. It gave me true. It gave me true. It's not false. It gave me true. So we are just going backwards. Okay, because these are kind of very important ones. This all you already know. I'll just cover this in first to build your logics, right? So why did 0 equal to empty string give true? That is just because any like an empty string is kind of a false value, null is a false value, undefined is a false value, and 0 is like false represented as numbers. Okay, true is represented as 1. Okay, so if I have to turn this to see this, you will see now it has turned to false. Now why? Because if I am just doing it with double equal to, what it is taking, it just taking the values. Okay, so it, whenever you compare, okay, whenever you compare, what it does behind the scene is it converts this empty string to a number format. Okay, it will convert it to a number format, and in number format empty string, as I told, is false. Okay, and false represents 0, so this becomes 0. Okay, this internally becomes 0, and this is also 0, right? So the value of both the variables is the same, and that's why when you just compare it with the double equal to symbol, it becomes true. Okay, but when you use a triple equal to, what did I mention here above? Strict equality. Okay, I have to, it checks type plus value. Okay, so what it does is, if I put strict equality, what it will do is it will check the type. So let's see if the types are same. Okay, d is what, it's a string, and f is what, it's a number. So the types are not the same. Even if the values are same, it's the types are not same, and that's why you are getting false. Is the triple equal to and double equal to differentiation clear to you guys? Just give me answer. Just give me answer, guys. Just give me answer. Just waiting for your answers. Is this much clear, guys? Is this much clear? Right, so it's nothing like complex, it's just a simple calculation, right? So now this part we have covered. Okay, I am just seeing no. So guys, I'll just repeat it very quickly. We have declared two variables. Okay, that's bool1 and bool2. Now d is a kind of a string. Okay, it's an empty string, but the type of data is string. F is a number. Okay, when you do double equal to comparison, it just checks the value, and when you compare any two variables, what it will do is, behind the scenes, it will compare, it will basically convert that value into a number. Okay, and the numerical expression of this empty string is basically like it's false, and false is represented as 0. Okay, and that's why you will basically, behind the scenes, d is equal to 0 and f is also equal to 0, so you get a true. But when you put a triple equal to here, what it does is it also checks the type of the variable. Okay, but d is a string, as you can see, d is a string and f is a number, and that's why it becomes false. Okay, So now, yes. So now let's go ahead. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and we have, what do we have? We have and or not. Okay, so now we did we declare it? Okay, let's take this as well. We have, well, let's take this bool 1 and bool 2. Okay, the basic mathematical expression which you did in calculus, like math, your colleges, you make a table true false and you just compare true and true and false. The same thing we are doing here to keep things easy for you. Okay, so now let's try to console.log. We have bool 1 and we'll put and operator. We'll print bool 2. Okay, now what we'll do is I'll put a or operator. Okay, bool 1 is okay. Mm, okay, so now what you have done is basically these two variables, right? I have initialized one as true, one as false. As you can see the difference, right? One is true, one is false. In and, as I mentioned, for something to be true, both the values have to be true. Okay, for something to be true, both the values have to be true, else it's false. But in the case of or, even if one value is true, it is true. Okay, that's the basics of your and or, which you need to know. Like, you can just remember is and means both of them. Like if it's like sum is like a and b, both have to be true. But in or, it's like if this is true, the calculation just ends here. As and when the calculation will start, right, to check, as and when it finds that bool 1 is true, it will stop. But if it's like the first value is false and second is true, first it will check. If it's false, no, it's not like true, so it will just go in the second expression and check. Okay, so this is about the true and false. Now we will check how the negation works. Okay, now let's suppose we want to print the opposite of true. Okay, so it's basically simple. What your console, what your negation does, or that not operator does, I can just do console.log of bool1 and I can just put a negation here. Let's see what do we get. So now I have just like your bool1 was true and now it's false. Okay, so any doubts still here, any doubts still here in these three things, and or and not? Any doubts here, guys, till now? Any doubts till now, guys? Great. So you guys are pretty smart then, I guess. Yeah, this basically, Sumit, this symbol basically is for this, not. Okay, basically the opposite. It will just print the opposite. How to open the page in browser is very simple. You just need to declare a HTML file. I have just explored, told it yesterday. We have a HTML file above. Okay, so we have a HTML file in which I am writing the script. You have to just right click, copy path, take the path to your browser and just paste it and hit enter. And then you go into the console and inspect element. You will find a console tab here. You come and yeah. Difference between var and let I have given is as a homework. I'll just tell you two differences. Sumit, can you just tell me the query again, whatever you're telling? See, one difference of, as I mentioned, var and let is, var is kind of, var has basically two scopes. Okay, it's function scoped and it's global scoped. Okay, you cannot contain var in a block of code, and that becomes kind of a problem. Okay, if like, it's like, suppose, just giving an example what is difference we will deal in later when I actually go into loops part, because I need something to explain. Once we do the functions and loops part, I'll actually tell you in demonstration the difference between var and let. Okay, so let's suppose we have this block of code. Okay, and we declare something here, var something. It will basically get hosted above in the very global scope, and it does not stay contained in the you can say a block of code. It's, if you have a function, it will get a function scope. If not, it will get a global scope. And that's kind of a problem when it comes into large projects, which the developers at like the JavaScript to write the specifications came to know, and that's why they invented let. Sorry. The second difference which you can consider is like you can redeclare var. Okay, if I write var name is equal to Prasad, let's write f name. Okay, if I write var Prasad, I can again write var f name is equal to, I'll just write my surname Sawant. Okay, and this will not give you error. This will not at all give you error. But what if I'm using let here? Okay, what if I'm using let here? So the error which we previously got, right? You will see that I have got an error that I am not allowed to redeclare a variable. That is something where allowed, and due to which what happened is, if I declare a variable in the programs above, then it kind of like I can miss out on it, and I'll just basically end up replacing that value. Okay, why I have written f name is nothing. I must have used, I just thought I must have used some variable name above. Okay, see, I have already used this variable here, and that is the only reason I have used f name. Nothing, you can put your variables name anything. Okay, so that's basically the two differences which I am telling you. There are a lot. You can just have, I'll just check your assignments, what all things you have written. Okay. Sorry for that, guys. So now, like we have done this, now let's see what's next in your agendas. Okay, operator done, variable done. Okay, very easy concepts, nothing as of now complex. There are complex things which you don't need to worry about right now. We're just learning the basics. Okay, so now next we have is special characters and escape characters. Okay, special characters, and yeah, one more thing which I want. Okay, let's learn special characters, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, I'll show you some magical things what happens in JavaScript. Okay, so just wait till then. So now let's go to special characters and escape characters. I'll just write, you can say escape characters. Okay, so now there are a few escape characters which you must have already learned. Like if someone is here from C, you must have already learned what is /n/t. Okay, so it's basically the same here. What all things we have, we are just going to learn a few. So for that, let's take an example. Let's take a string. Okay, uh, my name is, and again use again a different string. Okay, my name is Prasad. So what if I want to print this string with double quotes, not single quotes? Of course, I can do this like this, which we learned in yesterday's lecture, right? I can do this and have to print it console.log str. Where is my console? If I have to print this, I can get it. But what if I want a double quote here instead of single quotes? Okay, and not I don't want to put single quotes here. Okay, I want double quotes both the places. Okay, so what do we do? The you basically what you do is just escape that character. How to do that? Just put a slash. Okay, just put a backward slash. That's it. Just put a backward slash and it will go ahead. Okay, now again you will see that you are again having a error. Okay, so you need to escape this as well. So what you are doing is you have basically told JavaScript that this is not the end of the string. Just ignore this. Just ignore this quotes and go ahead. Again, when it came to another quote, you again told JavaScript just ignore this as well. And then it came to the last part. Now if I go and refresh, you will see it is printed as I wanted it to be printed. Okay, yeah, backticks you can do, but this is just a few escape characters which I wanted to tell you. Now let's put something else. Okay, just see how things change. Okay, now I like my name is Prasad, I have put. Now again I am putting something else. I'm using something as a /t. So now it will basically have some, you can say have some gap. Okay, see the gap. Now you can see the gap. /t basically refers to tab. Okay, yes, we sure can use backticks. Okay, but I want to tell you about the escape sequences. That's the reason I'm not using it. So /t basically created this gap, kind of a tab space, basically the tab key, what it does for you in the word file. That's what basically it has done. Okay, now You have already learned something called as new line, right? What if I want new line? What if I want a new line to be generated right here? What I do is just do /n, okay, and you will see it will just go on the new line. This is basically everybody has used this in C. Okay, so /n is another for, yeah, next line, that's it. And again, like, what if I want to print backslash? Okay, backslash, if you just put backslash, it will just escape. Okay, it will just escape. But what if I want to print a backslash? You can escape a backslash by putting another backslash. Okay, let's see if that works. That should work. Yeah, so you just saw what I did is I just put a backslash which I wanted to print, and then I told JavaScript to ignore that backslash with another backslash, and that's how you can basically get something like this. So this is the, like, you can say back, yes, this is basically what you can just use. Okay, these are the commonly used. There is, like, you have form field, you have carriage return. Okay, so which are like not much used. You can just basically, you'll be dealing with this, so that's why I'm just teaching you this. Okay, so now let's move on, as I promised, right? Let's move on to, like, what if you want to concatenate a number and a string? Okay, what if you want to concatenate a number and a string? So let's define again. Let's define, I am out of variables. Mm, let's define str1 is equal to hello. Let's define str1 as hello, not hello world, just hello. Okay, and let num be. This time, right, you can name anything, your variable as anything. Okay, I'm just writing, and 6. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this, not this. Let's do this. So now, as you can see, I declared one number as a string and one number as a number. Okay, so now let's try to, yes, we have a project, okay, we have a project, we have a proper DOM manipulation project at the very end. Okay, so what if I want to add these things? What will be the value of str1 plus numb? What is going to be the value of this? Can anyone just tell me what is going to be the value of this? Let's make this 30 so I can use it for another examples also. What is going to be the value of this? 56. Okay, basically it will be 36. Yeah, I changed the number. 36. So now tell me the value. 306, 36, 56, 306. Okay, for 56 I'm just referring 36. Okay, because I changed the value. Okay, let's refresh and try. So now the value has become 306. Okay, now just let's try to reverse the case. Okay, let's try to reverse the case. First we will have something called as numb, and then we will have something called as str1. Okay, so now what will be the output? Not now, what will be the output? What will be the next output? People saying 36 is the wrong answer. I'll just come to it. What will be the output now? I'm adding 6 plus 30. I'm adding 6 plus 30. What will be the answer now? 630. Great, great, great. Let's refresh and see. Okay, now let's add a few more things. Okay, let's add a few more things. Let's make it a little complicated. What if I do, and I am adding this to some a here and num a here. Now what will be the value of the first? Okay, let's start with the first. Okay, let's start with the first. What will be the value of this expression? str1 plus num b plus num a. Basically, this string plus this number plus this 10. What is going to be the value of this? Okay, I see a few answers: 30610, 3016, 6016. Great. And okay, and the next thing. Okay, let's first of all learn this. Okay, so let's see what is the answer here. It's 30160. Why? Because as soon as your calculation, this like this is kind of the unary operator. Okay, this plus symbol is kind of a unary operator. Okay, now what it does is when you are using it for like adding string and numbers, as soon as it will find a string, what it will do is it will convert everything after that which comes as a string. Okay, so now if you are adding string with a number, it will first convert this number behind the scenes into a string. Okay, and then it will add it to this, and it's like 306. Again it found a number, it will again internally convert it into a string, and then it will add it, right? So and that's the reason it's become string. Now let's go to the second example. I'll just comment this out. Now in this case, as you see 1630, let me check if you have. So in this case what is happening is, now if when I'm adding like 6 and 10, okay, till now the unary operator has not come across any string value. Okay, so it will add as usual. Okay, but now when it comes across a string, it will convert this both into a string. Okay, and that's the reason you can see, right, it's not printed in blue or green color, it's just printed as normal text. Okay, so is this conversion is this part clear? Is this part clear, guys? Then I'll write something else. Tell me just, is this part clear? So what will the value of this be? What will the value of this be? If after string, if number is present, it will convert it into a string. Yes, as soon as your like calculation comes across a string, it will convert everything else to a string. Okay, so we have nan, we have 5. Okay, Himanshu, we have 5, we have nan. Any other guesses? Nan again. Okay, any other guesses, guys? Any other guesses? 5 and 9. We have 3. Just check. I have not. I'm not considering this. This is just the calculation between str1 and numb. And okay, let's see what the output is. I'm just going to refresh. It's nan. It's nan. Okay, so Himanshu, can you explain why your answer was 5 and not nan? Let's try to reverse this again. Okay, let's try to reverse this again, and let's see if you get your answer. Again nan. Nope. Undefined is not the answer. Undefined is not the answer. So this is kind of your homework question today to decode it. Okay, Himanshu, why? Yes, you can get a 5 answer. That is something you'll have to dig it upon. Okay, let's try to put this, the modulus sign. Okay, let's try to put this. What do we get? So whatever mysteries JavaScript will bring to you, you will have to find it first. I can tell you right away, but that won't keep any fun for you guys. Okay, so you'll have to basically go and search it somewhere. Try to research about it, why it happens, like the null part, right? I don't want you to typecast explicitly. Okay, I don't want to typecast explicitly. I am in the console. Okay, let's try to do this. 30 divided by 6. Yes, see, I know this will come 5. So it will come 5. That's the reason I wanted to research why if we do it with a variable and why if we do it with a console, why does it happen same. This is basically okay. So now what Himanshu is trying to say is if I do it directly on console, okay, if I do this on directly on console, that's why I told he has given an interesting answer. So if I do it on console, I will get the answer as 5. Okay, and let's remove this, that's not of use. Oh, okay, wait, I did a mistake here. Yeah, it was my mistake, so what happens is I declared the variable wrong. Yes, I declared the variable wrong. So as I mentioned, the plus operator will basically convert everything it finds as a string into string. But when you go and like use any other operator with the number part, it will not convert it to a string. Okay, like division, it will convert it to number. If it finds a string, it will convert it to number first and then it will calculate. Okay, okay, let's try to put some text here. Let's try to put a here. Now 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 will it convert this to a number? Now will it convert this to a number? Himanshu, I know you are right. I know you are right. Okay, nan, correct. So this will not convert it to a number. Okay, this will not go and check the, you can say what is the like a is represented as 65, right, in the table. So it will not go and check that. It will not go and check that. 65 is for smaller capitalization, right? But it will not do that. Okay, this will still be a nan because it's a string and it's a number. Okay, so that will just work if you are typing number here like this and it will convert it to a number. Thank you, Himanshu. So be that at the last of the session, right? So yeah, so now what do we have is logical operators. Okay, so we have, so this is again nothing rocket science which you must have already done. We have greater than, we have greater than or equal to, we have lesser than, we have lesser than and equal to. Okay, then we have not equal to. Okay, so we have this, these are a few, and so I'm just going to take these two numbers 10 and 6 and write a few statements and then explain you. So just let me write a few statements and I'll explain you. Okay, num a and num b. Okay, so do you guys need explanation of this particular operators? I'll just type it, greater than equal to, less than, less than equal to, and not equal to. Okay, so what we'll do here is just compare. Okay, what we'll do is like num a is 10, num2 is 6. Okay, what we'll do is 10 is greater than 6, the first value, let's write the values here. Okay, the first value will be true. Okay, if 10 is greater than equal to 6, again it will be true. So for other four things, I need you to give me the answers. Okay, I'll just write the values again right here in comments, the values which we have used. Okay, I'll just write it in comments. So for the other four things, I need you to give the answers. Okay, num a is 10, num b is 6. What will be the value for the other three parts? Just give it in one line. Not this symbol is nothing to be inserted. It is just my editor settings. Okay, it's just my editor settings. It will look something like this for you. It will look something like this for you. Okay, it will look something like this for you. Okay, it's nothing like this, is just somebody because of my editor settings. Just try to reinstall your VS Code and choose the add to path option and it will be sorted. Okay, so let's try to run this. Okay, now you will see that what we have is the first two options are true, second is false, third is false, and this is not equal to this, like 6 is not equal to 10, and that is again true, right? For editor settings, it will actually take time. I have a lot of like customizations done on my editor. Okay, it will actually take time for me to explain each and every customization. Okay, so this is any doubts till now? Any doubts till now in this? Basically, these are basically easy stuff, the basic mathematics stuff which I've already done. Okay, just writing it is it all of this, right? Basically, what is the main thing to understand is all your operations, like your logical operations, your relational operations. Okay, it will always give you a boolean value in return. What it will give you is a boolean value. It will either provide you true or false. Okay, that's what you will get in return, and that's what you can use for your further computation. Apart from that, it's just mathematics, the basic mathematics which I've done in college, right? Any doubts still here, guys? Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here, guys? I'm just waiting for your answers. Till then, I'll just mark what is. I'll just write. Uh, is my chat working? Just a minute. No doubt, no doubt. Everything clear? Like, are you guys finding JavaScript hard or easy? Just tell me that. Till now, how are you like? How is JavaScript looking to you? Is it easy or complex? Like just the 2 days, whatever you have learned, easy, right? If else we are going to learn tomorrow in our decision making, I have it in the agenda of tomorrow. Okay, yes, we'll cover ES6. We have that things going ahead. Okay, yes, so let's go ahead now. This functions, right? As I mentioned, okay, let's again come to the browser part. Okay, let's again come to the browser part. Now, as I mentioned, console is a function, console is an object. Okay, console, this console is basically an object. Okay, similarly, we have another object in which everything resides. Okay, on the web, on this basically web browser, that is the window object. So whatever is applicable, like available here in this window, is a part of a window object. So if I go in this console and print window, you will see I get everything which is available on this window. Like I told, alert is a function of window. Okay, blur, a to b, b to a, these are basically conversions for your like converting it into a decoding and encoding. Now let's try to find our log function here. Okay, let's try to find our log function here. Log. Okay, it's basically, sorry, it's basically the part of console function. So let's see if we find something we are going to use. Yeah, so what next we are going to learn is the alert. Okay, we have alert, we have something called as confirm. Okay, we have something called as confirm, and you have another thing that is called as, what we are going to learn is prompt. Okay, prompt. Where do we have prompt? We again have prompt. Okay, now why even I'm showing you this is you can directly access everything from this window object. Okay, this window object basically holds the whole data. So let's suppose I want to check what is the height of this web page. Okay, what is the height of this web page? Inner height, basically this the height of, like, what is the current height of this. So if I extend it this much, you can see that this changed, right? This changed. So inner height is basically the height of this white area. Okay, so as and when I will resize this white area, the inner height will change. So now this again is applicable, like available in my window object. Similarly, this all functions, okay, this all functions are available in the window object, and window object is globally there in the basically you write alert, right, directly. This is how you write alert in JavaScript. But also what you can do is you can also do this window. You can see window dot alert. Okay, this you can always do, but we don't need to do because window is a global object and it by default like there. You don't need to specifically tell that it is a part of window. If you don't mention anything, it by default becomes a part of the window object. Okay, like similarly, like let's suppose when you have defined functions in let's suppose I'm assuming you have defined functions in any of the programming languages. So in Python you use def keyword. Okay, in like let's suppose in like JavaScript is something keyword called as function, and you give some name. If you don't give a name or anything or define it with the keyword function, it by default becomes a part of the window object. Okay, so I'm calling alert here, and let's try to put a string in alert. Okay, I can put anything. I can take a variable from the above. I can just put num a here. Okay, what will it will do is it will basically pop up. It will basically pop up something on the website. N. Okay, so now if I want to put hello, this is a alert. Okay, and I save this. What it is basically doing is, so it will basically, you can see it will stop the execution until I perform an action. Okay, so anything and everything below this line will be stopped until I do okay or anything. Okay, now this is what alert does. It will give you a pop-up. You might have already seen this when you try to do some like form filling actions or deleting something. You get a kind of alert. Okay, are you sure you want to do this? That is just to check, do a check or inform the user, alert the user. Okay, so next we have, I'll just cover the three, and if you have any doubts we will cover it. Okay, now we have something called as prompt. So this is a prompt. Okay, this is something I have uh, done. So what it will do is, let's see how this works. Okay, let's see how this works, and then I'll explain you. You can see it is giving me a prompt. Okay, this is a prompt. Okay, let me just make it a little realistic. Enter your name. Okay, we are going to use this prompt again in the if else statements. So it is going to enter your name. Okay, why? What it will do is it will give you an input option. And what if you want to display something by default, like a placeholder right here? Okay, if like nothing comes, there should be a default value. So you can just go put a comma here, and you can just write John Doe. Okay, I'll just refresh this. You will see that by default this value is available here. Okay, okay, that is just part of a window object. Just print the window object. Okay, just print the window object and you will get this. Okay, so now what it helps is you can just store it in some variable. Okay, you will just store it in some variable. Say let pr prompt is equal to this, and you can like console.log it. Okay, and if you hit escape or anything, what it will give behind is null. Okay, what it will give behind is null. So you can see the function how it's defined. You have first, you have a message. First parameter is the message, and second parameter is a default string. Okay, it is a default string, same we have done. This is to be printed, and if by default what should be printed is John Doe. Okay, so now next we have something called as confirm. So this is the last thing we are going to learn today. Confirm, are you 18 plus? Okay, so this is what we are going to ask for a confirmation here. So you see, you get two options. Just see the differences, okay, in the things alert, prompt, and confirm. Now you get two options, and what this option will give back to you is, I'll just write it here below this. If you press OK, what it will give you back is a boolean value that is true. Okay, if you press cancel, it will give you a boolean value as false. Okay, so let's try doing this. Okay, let's assign it to a variable. Let's cnf is equal to this, and below that we will do console.log cnf. Okay, let's do this. Now I'm going to refresh this, and if I do true, you will see that one more variable, that is true, is printed here. Okay, one more variable, true, is printed here. Let's write something. Value is, okay, as I mentioned, bad way to write this. Let's follow what we learned. Backticks, value is, then we have to put a value, right, or expression. Let's do this, and let's mention CNF. Okay, now if I put, if I press OK, you can see I get a string called as value is true. Let's do it again, and this time let's do cancel. Now you get the difference, value is false. Okay, this is basically the only difference in this three. Alert is just to alert the user. Prompt basically gives you a kind of input field or to enter something. Okay, not to be used that much. We'll have, like, we have separate forms and everything for that. Okay, and confirm is kind of asking a confirmation with two buttons, okay and cancel. Is this much clear, guys? Is this much clear? Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here in this alert, confirm, and prompt? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? I'm just waiting for your answer. Please put in the chat. No, clear. Great, great, great. No, great. Okay, so that's let's see today's agenda. Okay. Okay, what does this do? Okay, so let me scroll back to yesterday's session. A quick revision for those of you guys who have forgotten what this does. This is basically kind of okay, let me explain again. Okay, so the usual way of concatenating string is this. Okay, what you do, hello plus this, but you have to take care of all the punctuation, new lines, and everything. But another way is to use the template literals. What it does is you can basically embed your expressions and values here. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back, and what you can do is, see, I'll tell you. I can actually perform calculations. Okay, I can actually perform calculations. Console.log, and between backticks, I'll just put this thing, and I can do calculation 10 into 3. Okay, and it will actually give me the value. Okay, just need to turn this confirmation dialog boxes off. Okay, you will see that it is giving me the value. How do I calculate it? Directly into the strings, and then I can put anything. Hello, not here. I can just do hello. The value is, you can say I'm just typing it like regular, and wherever I want a value to be printed, I can just put a value, and I can just even add variables. Okay, like the number b variable which we used here, and I can just refresh it, and it will give me that same thing. Hello, the value is 6. Okay, Himanshu, you can just see the previous lecture, it is available. Okay, so and like, okay, so let's so how many of you do you find like JavaScript interesting? How many of you, like, it's tomorrow basically, let's go to the agenda. Meanwhile, you can answer. Tomorrow it's kind of the major things what you're going to start off with, like decision making, loops, then the modular programming in JavaScript. Okay, so great. So how many of you guys are looking to make a career in JavaScript? How many guys are looking to make career in JavaScript? Rohit, there are actually many functions of consoles. There is console.assert, error, warn, table. Okay, great. Okay, so I can get some time and explain all the possible variations of console.log, table, and everything. Okay, so now for those of people, right, who want to become JavaScript developers, LetsUpgrade has something for you guys. Okay, so to explain, like, if you want to be a part of that program and to learn what all things we are going to cover, I'll just give you a quick kind of walkthrough about that whole program. This is just the basics. Okay, in 5 days we're just going to learn the basics, but if you want to learn JavaScript in very advanced, in very detail, and related technologies or frameworks, we have in detail. We have not ended early. It was a 1 hour session. Actually took much of your time, right? So now Let's Upgrade has come up with a 6 month long program. Okay, we have a 6 month long program in full stack web dev. Okay, what all things will be going to be there is like everything in Java, everything. It's not high fees. It's not high fees. I'll just tell you the fees. You'll be like excited to join. Okay, what you will going to learn is HTML, CSS. Then you have just see the syllabus, Bootstrap. Then you have JavaScript, the whole JavaScript, again from basics to advanced in detail. Then you have Node.js. Okay, then you learn about Express.js. Let me just write it in different things. Okay, you have Express, you have Node, you have Express.js. Then you learn about databases, and it's just a singular language. Everything of this, right? Node.js is a runtime of JavaScript, as we learned. Express.js, MongoDB, and then you learn about React. Then you learn about Next.js, which I explained you yesterday. Then you also learn about Vue.js. Okay, Vue.js. Then you have cloud computing for your interviews. Then you have DSA, and then you have placement preps. We provide kind of 100% guaranteed placements. 100% guaranteed placements to people running this program. It's a 6 months long live program. Okay, it's a live program like this, but not in YouTube. Okay, it's this and not on YouTube. So it is just for 15 to 20 students. That is the batch count. It's not 100 of students or 50 60 students. It's just for 15 to students per batch. Okay, so how many guys of you like how many of you guys are interested? Frameworks, see, frameworks, Angular is a framework you are not learning. We are going to learn these three libraries. React is there, Vue is there, and Next is the framework. React and Vue is the library we are going to learn in very detail. You're going to have kind of like what all things are there. You have 15 plus projects. Okay, you have 15 plus projects. You will have one client side project. Okay, you will have one client side project. So this all things, how where to go is just go to letsupgrade.in. Okay, I'll just remove this. Just go to letsupgrade.in and go to web development, and there you can go to this PGP, this full stack program. Okay, so I'm going to give you my coupon code for all the people who are going to interested in joining this. Okay, let me just find the chat if I hope I have it open here. Okay, so okay, see, the cost of the program on the website which you have is 29,600, right? It's 29,600. So if you are interested, I can give you my coupon code which will directly give you 4,000 rupees off, and the fees will be 25,600. In this, what you will get is not just a web development program, but you will also get other three programs. What all other three programs you will get for free is these three programs. Okay, you will get PGP programs of AI, ML, Python, and Django and data science for free of cost. Okay, nothing to be paid extra. How to apply for this or how to even speak to me or my team and decide. Okay, we will basically talk to you guys and understand whether you should go for this program or not. So I'm going to share you a link where you can actually fill the form, and my coupon code for this program to enroll this is just write capital Prasad. Okay, so this is going to be my coupon code, capital PRASAD, and I'll just give you a form. I'm just going to give you a form where you can, if you are interested and want to speak and decide whether you should actually go for that or not, I am going to put this form in the link. For only first 10 people who are filling this form will be allowed to apply the coupon code. Okay, the fees for you after applying my coupon code will be 25,600, which you can also pay via EMIs. Okay, we have up to 12 months of EMI. Okay, where you will learn everything in detail in JavaScript, everything in detail. And it is kind of a special batch which we run. Yes, installment is available. We have up to 12 months of EMI, no cost EMI. Okay, we have 12 months of EMI, so we do provide 12 months of EMI. Okay, no cost. And to just book your seat, right, you can actually book your seat in advance. To get the seat, all you need to do is pay 1,000 rupees to book your seat. Okay, even for your future batches, you can just book your seat and we will meet there and learn JavaScript and all the technologies in great detail. Okay, with production everything. So this is the link. Okay, just the first 10 people who are filling this are going to be allowed to like be a part of this whole placement oriented full stack program. Okay, and it's going to be similar life. It's totally 100% online class, but we do our meetups like we did on this Sunday. We move to student cities and meet them offline. We are going to do our PGP students meet coming like in the next few weeks. The current batch, like currently I am taking one batch which is running. Today is their second day, so you can actually join that batch if you know a few of HTML. We have actually started just the introduction session yesterday. Okay, so today is the second day. So and the next batch will be on 30th of October. So we have 30th October morning batch, sorry, we have 30th October evening batch, and we have 20th October morning batch. Okay, so we have this two batches coming up. So all you need to do is fill this form. Okay, luc.to/pgp. I'm just again putting this for your references, and I'll meet you again guys tomorrow same time. Okay, so yeah guys, I guess that's it for today. So just practice whatever you have learned till now. If you have joined us in for the first time, just go back to yesterday's session and see what all things we have covered, and tomorrow what all things you're going to learn. I'll just give you a hint on that. You're going to learn upon decision making, if else and switch and the ternary operator which we have like skipped today, and then you'll go for loops. Okay, so this is basically where you'll like this is the possible place where you might get bored, but from here onwards it's going to be all hands on working on a project part. Okay, so at the end we'll complete the project, but we'll start working it from the modular part as only. So medium DSA is okay, medium DSA is okay for that part. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. So thank you everyone for being here. Okay, and actually staying till the end. I hope like I have made JavaScript easy for you till now, and we'll do the same thing in the remaining sessions. So I'll meet you guys tomorrow again same time 6:30 p.m. Be here on time, be here on time, don't miss the initial few minutes. Yeah, so that's it. Be safe, take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.